Yeah, they do have 3 heroes that have quite good success rates as well. Things that a lot of people are prioritizing at the moment.
Yeah, like you have an IO, you want to pair it with something. We just saw it paired with Gyro. You're gonna have heroes that clump up. That's just how IO works. So a Wyvern and a Puck already really punish this. And I just want to see them like more damage now to like lay down on top of the yeah, like Snapfire's perfect. Damage just lay down on top of the coil. Dude, are they just trading
Wait,
draw?
what? Yeah. Wait, what?
What am I watching?
BetBoom's draft is the exact same, except OneMove had a tiny opening into Enigma IO Gyro, and they've got Marcy Enigma IO.
Is this BM? Are
But
they...
OneMove cannot take the Alchemist.
That's true, yeah.
There you go.
So the last time BetBoom played Gyro, the Hawk did a build without BKB and got destroyed, and it was very funny to watch. So I think he's learned from that. He'll be buying BKB this
I don't
time.
think he did.
Okay.
Because
Well,
I honestly don't think that was the issue. But
I mean, he struggled. I mean, yeah, they had like the rest of the team. They lost all their lanes and stuff.
in
but
this game, I think he will buy BKB because
Yes.
he doesn't. Last time he bought it, it was versus Enigma, I believe. So
yeah.
his logic is press Satanic. You're getting stunned no matter what through BKB. This game, BKB helps.
Then you
Unless
get
you-
Wyvern anyway.
Well, if he doesn't Wyvern ult you won't be killing your teammates. So that's some protection. But it's mainly just from all the puck and snap spells. If you get coiled and you don't have a BKB, you're dead.
True.
It's just a fact right there.
Yeah. Oh, I really like OneMove's draft. BetBoom are gonna have to like really win their lanes, I think.
And at least they banned Void Spirit for you, so BetBoom won't take it.
Godspeed.
Can't copy it exactly.
But there's an Ember in the game? Oh no. Ember versus Puck. Not like this.
They can ban it here.
They better.
Is that the only viable ban?
Not viable. It's just Ember's a really good hero, and especially this game. Like, there is Coil to lock him down, but that's pretty much it. And I've just seen too many Embers just take a dump on Puck mid that matchup does not seem good. I'm going to go as far as saying it's like, if Puck wins mid versus Ember, it means the Ember just got outplayed really hard.
I'm still kind of trying to figure out why BetBoom would be picking up these 3 heroes off the back of beating them in game 1.
You're going to have to ask them if they win the game. 'Cause they're
I'm
probably the
just-
only ones that
I
can answer that
honestly
for
am
you.
still so caught up on that. Blows my mind.
I'd really like OneMove to pick Mars.
Ugh.
I want it. I want Mars.
Ugh.
And then you can just hold your bulwark and take all of Gyro's damage, and your team's like, I'm having such a good time right now. And you have more lockdown, like actual lockdown with the
You
spear.
could. It's not bad. I'm not a huge fan of like Mars Puck.
Yeah. What, you think they just do the same thing?
Yeah, they both make you stand there. So
True.
you're gonna make him stand there with Coil, and then you'll drop the arena, and they're like, I wasn't moving anyway, so.
Yeah, but it's like like I don't know. I just like him against ranged carries because obviously the walls block the projectiles. But
I'd like to see something a bit more aggressive for the lane, like maybe a Razor. Not looking at bans or
Razor.
yeah.
Lycanthrope.
That's damage. You're gonna chase the supports down.
I'll
You
take
put
it.
your summons on the Enigma, and he makes a choice: do I black hole creeps or do I die?
Or do I die? You could buy a Ghost Scepter. How about that? Sounds horrible.
Then what? TP out. That's a team fight one then.
No, then you blink. In.
BetBoom's retaliation, what would you like to see in it? What does it need? What are they really lacking here?
Bristleback.
Ember
Oh,
Spirit.
it's banned.
I was going to say they banned Bristle.
I think Ember is like really good for them. They just have
Yeah.
no catch for this hero.
If it wasn't the best case Ember, what would you pick as a second choice?
Kunkka.
All right, cool. I'm down for the. Oh no, Conker's banned.
Yep.
Try again.
Coddle.
Lol, Coddle, baby.
Yeah, great prediction, guys. Absolutely amazing.
I predicted it in my head.
Oh yeah, I believe that. I believe that. I want to know the Robbnroll and Harry Freak. We're gonna bring them in. We're gonna see if they have any insight as to why BetBoom have essentially taken OneMove's Game 1 draft and this Dawn. If you think it's just gonna be too OP, Harry Freak.
I can explain to you why they did so. Like
Perfect.
in Slavic nations, we you know, if BetBoom would win 2-0, OneMove would come like 2 years later, and you know that tournament we could have won that time against you. This time around, BetBoom, what they're trying to do is prove that they're the better team. That's what you do. You pick the same heroes they did. We're gonna show you how it's played, and then the other guys, they have to keep their mouths shut because you know, they lost. They just lost. They were definitely proven to be the worst ones out of the two.
Roll, do you think that that's the reason behind it, or is there a little bit more that we're missing?
I think it's just because the Nature's Prophet's been banned, the Visage has been banned. So yeah, I think it's the same as the hack says, well, you ban my hero, so I'm going to take your heroes. I'm just going to prove I'm the better player with them. And this is what BetBoom, they just want to take it in too, and they want to do it in style.
It's definitely going to be style if they do end up taking it. For you both, do you believe that they can? Are they going to be the team that can out-skill here?
This one's really hard to answer, so I think it's up to a lot to the mid call on how well it performs, but I think OneMove has a lot of options here to play to win the lanes and snowball.
Up to the puck. He's like the only catch they have for Coddle.
Yep.
So.
You're saying what I'm saying, but in reverse,
Yeah, I was going to say,
basically.
just saying it with different words.
No, I'm saying specific heroes.
Okay.
I'm giving more depth to the idea.
Okay.
Because this Coddle looks free for me, unless they really just coil it and kill it.
I'm excited to see if you're right. I'm also excited to see if BetBoom can win this in style as game number 2 is happening with Robbnroll and Harry Freak.
Yeah, Harry Freak, looking at this game here, we've got, like I say, BetBoom, they just want to prove that they're the better teams. With the same heroes, just get aggressive with this. But looking at the lineups, what can they do different to OneMove in that first game? How can they show that they are the superior team with the Gyrocopter and the IO coming out for them?
Well, first of all, you're not playing against the Alchemist, so one mistake isn't gonna be a problem for you. This time around, BetBoom, unlike OneMove from the last time, you're not dealing with two jungles that you have to overtake and you don't know which one to go first. So you're dealing with the Beastmaster and the Alchemist. This time around, you just have to push out the Lycan out of your own jungle, and then you're controlling the map. But the reason I went with that story, I've played a lot of LANs here in Serbia. I've even played the LAN in Russia once, and believe me, every single time that there is like story time, like that LAN, oh, and that LAN we could have beat you, and the other team is like, no, you never could have done that. There's just no way about it. So I can get behind what BetBoom are trying to do right now. I literally think that's the reason. Of course, on a more serious note, the teams probably do believe that the Enigma is a good Dawnbreaker counter. Just like Fear said, I'm not seeing it, but teams continue to pick it over and over again. So they might know something we don't, but yet are to actually show us that they're right.
I think the pro players know a lot of things that I don't. So yeah, maybe that's what they're going to be able to do here and show off this particular one. Smart Knight does come through, but there is just going to be pushed away immediately away from that rune there. And the Enigma just going to be going for the blocks straight on those creeps right out of the bat. So playing this on notice, last time we saw he went straight for the BKB on the Enigma on the side of OneMove. They tried to get themselves some protection. Obviously, there was a roar coming out from the Beastmaster as well that interrupted a couple of the black holes. But what can Notice do here specifically? Does he want to go for that early game BKB? Does he want to be going for the Blink Dagger initiation first with that Winter Wyvern being on the side of OneMove? What is it that the Notice wants to do to try and get the benefit of this Enigma in the second game?
I think you go for the Wraith Pact.
Yeah.
You are dealing against heavy damage coming out from the Lycan. You want to protect your support somewhat, if that's possible. You kind of want to hold an area rather than just keep jumping on OneMove, because they have two heroes that can actually cancel out your black hole. So just jumping and black holing at the start of the fight not gonna be the way to go. I think it's gonna be a Wraith Pact into a BKB for this Enigma in particular.
And look at this on the bottom lane as well. Seneco's just tethered to a creep that went all around the world just so he can get the damage onto Sayush. He's coming in, he's throwing out these right clicks, and Sayush is down to below half health. He is going to have that headdress, so the regen will be there. But, Seneco is not giving up a chance to get a right click in there and forcing Sayush right back into the lane with less than half his health.
definitely not the ideal start. But you know, if you're allowing the Lycan to be 1 versus 1, you're gonna be quite happy because you get to the Helm of the Iron Will quite fast, and then Seiyu is actually allowed to do whatever he wants around the map because the Lycan will not be an easy target for the gyro and the IO at all. So that is the idea for Seiyu. So he doesn't really care if he's the one taking a bit of a beating at the start.
Okay, well, we'll see. And the Wolves just going to be played off to the left-hand side here. It looks like it's just going to try and look to maybe interrupt a couple of blocks, or maybe the pull that was coming through from Seneko. But Seneko with the tether right back into lane. Dahaki just keep on using the flat cannon here in Afterlife. I mean, these Wolves, they've got to be careful, right? Because that is going to be some easy farm from Dahaki if he just carries on going in with the flat cannon on this. Is this like the... I know the Lycan was picked up a little bit later, but is this the idea that Dahak over the, you know, the barrage coming through over the homing missile for him?
I expected homing missile level 1. To be honest, usually when you see an IO, at least 2 points in the rocket barrage are picked up. Maybe he thinks that against the Lycan it just isn't worth it. Maybe just outpush the waves, farm as much as you can, pull as much as you can is gonna be the name of the game. Considering that you don't really shut down the Lycan completely. The hero doesn't buy boots, he gets a Helm of the Denominator, and he kind of hits his timing. So the idea here for BetBoom is make it as much of a farming lane for the Hawk. And he does go for the rocket barrage, 2 points. Okay, there it is. So yeah, I did want to see it at least a few points. When you have the IO, you have the mana to work with it.
Okay, and Afterlife, let's keep it out because there is going to be the rocket barrage coming through onto the Wolves as well as the creeps. But yeah, Afterlife, you were talking about he just wants to get to the Helm of the Dominator, get himself. Is it going to be the same for him? Does he want to be going for that early Wraith pack coming out, or does he want to be going for the BKB, maybe even something a little bit different after the Helm of the Overlord does come out for him?
Top tower is under attack.
Helm of the Overlord, I don't see a potential for an Ags in this game. I actually am not sure what you go for. You are playing against the Keeper of the Light. Laurel is probably gonna be hunting him quite a lot when he's in the bottom jungle. So I'm not really sure which route Afterlife wants to take after his Helm of the Overlord, but that's gonna be his first item for sure.
Okay, and now quickly just into the mid lane as well while we're having a look at these lanes. We're seeing the stacks from Lal. He's been able to stack these camps on his own. In fact, is that one going to stack? I think it is, yeah. He's going to be able to get both of those camps stacked out here. So do you need to look to shut down Lal? Because like I say, he's getting this bonus gold out. There's going to be the rotation from Maljul, but the blast comes through. It looks like he's going to clean up at least one of those kobolds as well that Lal was looking to farm. You know, is it going to be all hands on deck to get on top of Lal and stop this Keeper of Light from running away with the game?
For sure. The thing that I've seen from Laurel, top lane, Force
Top
Major,
lane.
he's gonna survive. Yeah, he's fine.
They might turn us around on Pantomime. Yeah, there is going to be the Cold Embrace coming out, so he's going to be able to go through those Malphits, but the Dispose comes through, Winter Wyvern. In fact, notice he's just going to be backing himself away from this. Force just putting a little bit of aggression there. Did get that heal back up to him to get himself up close to full health, but Pantomime got in a little bit of danger, and after all that, everybody just goes their own way. Bottom lane, though, it looks like there might be a dive underneath the tier 1 tower. It's just going to be for the Wolves, for the creeps here from Dahak gunning in with the Rocket Barrage onto Afterlife.
This is how I wanted the one
Top
move
lane,
to play
once
against
again.
the... Oh.
They get the Dispose off again, the Cold Embrace comes through over the Malefice, and it's just, again, the aggression coming through from this now as well. Force Majeure, he's not going to have the mana, he's not going to have the cooldowns to come right back into this, and yeah, Pantomime once again, he's going to be able to get himself out early and heal himself up.
I expected this kind of aggression from OneMove in the previous game against the Beastmaster. What they're doing to the Lycan now. So I think this is how you should play a lane with the IO against these Zoo heroes. Just run at them constantly, push in the wave, and even get some damage into the tower. We're seeing that Snapfire wants to rotate and be annoying to the Keeper of Light, which is great. Him and the Puck actually do have some kill potential on the onto Laurel, but you know, you're leaving your Lycan alone, and that's gonna. He's gonna suffer, you know. He's still getting some farm, but it is not as much as Afterlife would like overall.
Yeah, and coming through the river now as well. Seneko is going to see Sayush. Sayush just guarding. No, he's going to be able to get the deny. The Dream Cold does come through onto the Wisp. Wisp not going to be able to get himself out of this. There's going to be a really nice rotation there from Sayush. And Maljul just moves down, secures that kill onto the IO, and draws the first blood.
That's very big. That's very, very big for the puck. We can see that he's rushing the Witchblade, which means he'll be able to kill Laurel. Now, BetBoom usually at this point in the game, they make a first rotation. Once Laurel gets his boots of travel, he rotates to the top lane, just literally comes there, doesn't even care for the kill. He gets the enemy carry out of it and he pushes. They have Enigma, so the push is there. It could be something that BetBoom are gonna be looking to do. Obviously, you would love to wait for the level 6 on the IO, for the level 6 on the Enigma, so that you have the backup as well. But they're going
Top
for Smiling
lane.
Knight.
Could have been able to dispose. In fact, he stopped short from that Celestial Hammer drag back with the Malefice coming out from the Enigma, but he's still going to be able to get himself out of danger. But yeah, Force, he's really stepping up with the dispose, trying to put a lot of pressure onto Smiling Knight. And this time, Pantomime wasn't there with the Cold Embrace to try and save him, to try and heal him up.
But Smiling Knight is still gonna be okay. We talked about the tankiness of the Dawnbreaker and how much this hero does not care that you are gonna go. And there's the rotation, 7 minutes in. As you know, Laurel, he's on a clock. He has to go.
There's going to be, once again, the Dispose comes out, dragging Smiling Knight back into the Blaster from the Illuminate. Once it's coming from the Cold Embrace. Yeah, the post going to rotate on the back lines. Really nice Dream Call here. Smiling Knight is going to be able to get the double Starbreaker off. Those stuns, so Melduel gets himself the double kill. Is he going to be able to get the triple out of this? Force Majeure trying to chase. Smiling Knight even turns around. One more right click. He gets the bounce off, but mid-air death comes out, and Smiling Knight picks up that kill onto the Marcy.
Yep, and Melduel, we can now see that that first blood definitely helped him with the Witchblade. He annihilated these heroes from BetBoom. Though this is, you know, 7 minutes in. Laurel usually does this, but it seems like OneMove, they did watch the BetBoom games against Navi twice in a row. He made a rotation like this and completely decimated, and they did lose those games in the end, but it created so much space around the map because of it. So OneMove, they were aware that this was gonna happen. Puck had a great start of the game, and that was a beautiful, beautiful response coming out of him. Puck, even if he didn't have the Witchblade, is one of the best, if not the best hero to respond to dives like that.
Yeah, and just looking at the items coming through, because like you said, that Lal, he looked for the rotations after the Boots of Travel came out. He's going to be going towards a Spirit Vessel now as well. Is there a reason that he wants that Spirit Vessel over something like an Axe that you usually see the Keeper of the Lights go towards?
Well, Spirit Vessel is the item for the Keeper of the Light. In pubs, you're gonna see a Dagon sometimes, but in competitive games, the Spirit Vessel is usually your item of choice, because you're pretty much participating in every kill. You're pushing out lanes, immediately running towards where the kill is, and it just gives you that little bit of an edge to kill people. Plus, you get it very early on because this hero just farms immensely fast.
Yeah, look at this as well. Down on the bottom, there's a smoke up from Sayush as well as Afterlife moving it over while the Perk just puts the pressure onto the lane. He's put pressure onto this tier 1 tower, and Gyrocopter, he's even going to be seen underneath the ward, it looks like, just for a split second, but they know roughly where the hack is. Is this, do they just put the pressure onto the tier 1, or do they want to be looking for a kill onto hack as well as the IO here once this tower's gone down?
Ideally, you get a kill, but as soon as they missed on it with the initial smoke, they're not gonna be going for it. They were thinking they were gonna catch the Hawk on the bottom lane, but they read the situation perfectly. This was the idea from BetBoom. We stay on the bottom lane, we play super aggressive until we see one move missing off the map, because we know that that's where they're gonna be hunting us. So immediately they get themselves out. So one move, they weren't gonna be going any deeper. Right now, the idea from one move is leave the Lycan on the bottom part of the map for as long as possible, and ideally would like these wards to get dewarded. I really like that BetBoom did manage to leave that ward there, and for now one move will not find it. That's gonna give you a angle at which you can come from for the Lycan, and actually just choose how many heroes you're gonna bring instead of just having to smoke like 4 or 3 towards him.
Yeah, and he's not doing too bad. He's got that Helm of the Dominator up, going towards the Vlads into the Helm of the Overlord now as well. So he is just like similar to the Beastmaster in that last game, you know, just taking all the farm from this bottom half of the map. In fact, he's going to move over a little bit earlier than the Beastmaster did towards the tier 1 tower in the mid lane to put a little bit of pressure on. Maybe Force is going to rotate in here with the TP. Is he going to be able to get out? The Dream Call on the back lines are only catching on to the IO. The damage should be a Scatter Blast comes through. Even going to be using a little Shredder. Okay, but does he come? He's going to be coming right back in, though. Did he hang around to get this kill? At least Melduel's going to be here. And to hack, though, he's looking for that tether target. So the phase shift now as well. A lot of damage onto Melduel, though. It's going to be the tether. The Waning Rift does come through. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Force Majeure once again just looking to put the pressure on, just to try and force away the aggression coming through from OneMove onto this tier 1 tower in the mid lane.
I think OneMove should reset right now. They got a lot of damage onto the tower. They forced a Keeper of the Light rotation super fast, and they're getting themselves out. So you know that kill onto the gyro or the IO, whichever one you get, you would be happy with either, just because you wanted to create space for the Lycan to come for the tower. Because if you didn't make that move, it would be super easy for Laurel just to TP in and destroy you completely. Laurel, they're kind of torn between going for a Orchid and going for a Spirit Vessel. He doesn't know if they can deal with the puck, and to be honest, without the Orchid, it's gonna be a tough thing to do.
Yeah, and Melajul here, like you say, he's going to be going towards the Blink Dagger. Does he want to then be going towards the BKB afterwards for a little bit of help, or is there something else that you think Melajul should be going for item-wise after that Blink Dagger?
Ideally, you don't want to go for Yules. If you get a Blink and the Witchblade this early on, you'd rather get a BKB in a game like this, so that you're able to do whatever you want unless you get Black Hold, and you have really good heroes to stop that one.
Okay, Pantomime on the top. He's going to have to force this Arctic Burn out. Melajul does get seen, so they know there's a sentry. I mean, the sentry's got less than a minute left, but Force is going to be able to get that D-Ward out anyway. Stop the aggression coming through from BetBoom. And you can see, 12 minutes in, they've still not got a kill in this game. You know, what do they need to do? Is it just turning up like this, protecting onto the hack while forcing out the lanes? You've still got Notice as well in this top lane, forcing this one out? Or do you think at some point, I mean, the Vlad's is up now for the Enigma, he's going towards that Wraith Pact as well. Does he want that up, and then do you start to look to get aggressive? Or are you just going to be giving up ground here to OneMove for the next, what, 5-6 minutes?
The same thing for BetBoom as it was for OneMove in the previous one. You want to control areas. You don't really want to run into your enemies. You're not that good at that. You control the area. If the enemies move into it, you use the dispose, and the black hole is there as a failsafe while you relocate in fight. So the ones that are going to be making moves are OneMove for sure, and BetBoom, they feel confident just going for farm. You know, you're not playing against an alchemist like OneMove did in the previous game, so you don't want to be forcing the issue, and really there's no need. You just want to keep this mid lane tower alive for as long as possible. The OneMove are doing a good job. They push in the bottom lane, immediately they see Laurel on the bottom, and then they rotate towards the mid lane. These are some perfect moves just to constantly get chip damage onto the tower.
Yeah, Force Mature, the winner. Rip does come out onto the Marcy. Marcy absolutely not going to be able to get himself away from that. Pantomime does pick up the kill, and they're even going to be able to secure this tier 1 tower, it looks like. Even with the Illuminate Blast coming through from the Keeper of the Light, yeah, Melajul takes that tower down, and it's going to be smiley faces all around here for OneMove.
For sure. BetBoom, they don't want to be pulled into a situation where, like last time, they in the last game, OneMove didn't have enough damage to kill people when the black hole comes out. So they just think they can get into the later portions of the game like this. Is that the case? I don't know. There's too many things to break the black hole, and now Laurel is caught.
He's just completely deleted there. Smiling Knight came in with the Solar Guardian, but I think he would have gone down anyway. And yeah, the damage coming through. Lol, it was a really nice ward on this high ground. I think they just spotted him out. It just cut that gap. And they able to get a quick rotation and find the kill. And now on the bottom lanes, well, he might be able to get the kill onto the puck. Melajul can he get himself away from this? He's going to try and jaunt to the orb that went in the other direction, but the homing missile still coming. Is he going to be able to get the phase shift off? Just drops the orb once again. And the relocate away. So Melajul just survives that 10 seconds. He just waits out the clock, and he was easily able to survive that gank rotation coming through from the IO and the gyro.
If you're BetBoom, you need to threaten somehow, just so that you force out some rotations from OneMove, because this is not benefiting you. Every single time that someone is making a rotation, it's OneMove, so they can pretty much farm wherever they like, however they like, because they know there's not going to be a response for BetBoom. I don't know how long. Okay, so they walk into the Roche pit. That is a good way to force out the fight, not gonna lie, especially with the Dawnbreaker ulti being down and you having the Wraith Pact. BetBoom, even though they don't have a single kill in this game, they're very powerful inside of a team fight. BKB is ready. This is a really good timing for them.
Yeah, and you can see that, in fact, I think he'll be able to contest Pantomime. He's not got that blink dagger just yet. Does he want to try and come in? There is going to be the wards down as well. Multiple kisses are going to start. Dreamcoil comes through as well. The hack, he has to pop that BKB that he just got. Is he going to be able to do the damage? He might be able to. No, the Winter's Curse comes out. They're still going to be able to get the kill onto Melajul now as well, though. Noticed, he's just hanging around the back. The Wraith Pact is down. So it looks like this might be going the way of BetBoom. Is there going to be anything else to contest onto this? As Pantomime, he's trying to get in with the Arctic Burn, do what he can. But this slowly but surely will be the Roshan going the way of the hack.
Tell me something, am I crazy, or the Keeper of Light had the urn, right? Yeah, he did have the urn, and he sold it. He did have the urn, he sold it so that he could get the orchid earlier. So BetBoom are like, okay, we're putting everything onto this Roche, and they just come over and they kill the puck. The most annoying, I'd say strongest hero on the side of OneMove, they kill and they get the Roche. That is perfect understanding of your timings. Imagine, this is what BetBoom, how they played pretty much against Na'Vi. They did everything right in the early game, everything worked out for them, and then they went to the Roche without the BKB on the gyro and they lost the game there. Now, they didn't do everything right. They made a few mistakes. It cost them a little bit in the early game, but they got a BKB on the gyro. They went to the Roche pit and it went perfectly for them. So BetBoom definitely learning, and even if the game doesn't go as well as it can for them, they still find a way to get it going their way. And now the gyro is the strongest hero around on the map, and OneMove are going to be a bit more pressured to make moves around the map.
Yeah, and so if we're talking about being pressured to make moves, you know, the Lycan, he's already got that Helm of the Overlord. He's going to be going towards an AC, it looks like, for the next item. Is that where you then need to maybe... Do you use the rest of your heroes to maybe drag BetBoom out of position, try and take a skirmish, you know, and pull back and kind of, like say, hit them with this guerrilla warfare? You get in, you get out, you get in, you get out, doing what damage you can, while Afterlife maybe looks to push in this mid lane or push in the bottom lane?
I think it's Afterlife who needs to bait in the Coddle to have to outpush the waves, and then you catch the Coddle. Yeah, it is kind of a guerrilla warfare, but it has to be Afterlife that is forcing them to make moves, because the other ones, they can't really threaten the towers, and then BetBoom is just gonna go from objective to objective and do whatever they want. We can already see that they're gearing up to go towards the top lane. As soon as they have the BKB on the gyro, which is gonna be soon, they're gonna try to attempt to take this tier 2. If BetBoom takes the tier 2 super early on, they stay in that area. They don't care about the bottom part of the map. Second Roche comes up and the gyro is way too strong. So OneMove, they need to prevent this somehow. Meliul, ideally, he would love to outpush the top lane as far as possible, but he just doesn't have the defensive item against the Orchid.
Yeah, so I mean, he's got, I think that's the bits of trouble coming in on the courier here for the perk. Did he buy those out, or has he changed his mind? Because he's got his courier down at the secret shop. He had gold. I'm sure he had gold. I don't know. Maybe he went back after the Blink Dagger, you know. Yeah, I think that was it. He actually changed his mind. He might have bought out for the Blink Dagger and then... so he didn't actually go for the Boots of Travel first. But
so Smiling Knight has a BKB as well. Can OneMove fight this one? They need a curse, but it's gonna be at the same time when the gyro has his BKB. I guess that could be nice. How do OneMove fight though? They need Afterlife to create chaos so that Puck can see everything that's happening in the fight.
Yeah, well, Pantomime, he gets the vision onto Notice, so they know roughly where this Enigma is. Are they going to go for any more of the Sayush removing himself close? Force will be that. Doesn't want to go with the Scatter Blast. He started the animation, but just pulls away, cancels it, and Dahak, he's going to be coming through now. He actually cookies himself down to the low ground just to get out of danger.
Here comes the Lycan. This is a pretty good one. Afterlife with his ulti needs to be the first one running in, just to kind of spot out what's happening in the backlines. Then the Puck can play. If the Puck doesn't see the Coddle, he can very easily jump in, get silenced up, and die. And that is something that you cannot allow to happen for OneMove. The Puck needs to stay alive. So as soon as they see the Lycan coming over, they are gonna be getting themselves out. The Lycan you hunt on the bottom lane. The Lycan you deal with on the bottom lane. If he's on top, you just let him do whatever he wants, because there's not really anything that the Lycan would want to do on the top lane other than fight.
Yeah. And looking through now as well, Dawnbreaker going back towards the shard into the Desolator, it looks like. So he's going to have the Vampires coming out as well on the courier. Just sticking with the one Oblivion staff for now, but on the river, I don't know if they wanted to make something happen on BetBoom. I mean, they still have the Aegis for the next 2.5 minutes, so or nearly 3 minutes. Is this where BetBoom really need to force something through, or are they just still comfortable, you know, finding the farm, finding their items on all these heroes that they've got so far?
You can see that BetBoom are comfortable doing whatever they want. I think the idea with them is just farm until the gyro is unkillable, and you are gonna get to that point for sure. Yeah, you do have some of these heroes that are gonna be preventing the damage, maybe even making gyro killing his teammates, but the gyro himself is not gonna die if he gets a few more items. So SNY, the Satanic comes out in the Daedalus, and it's gonna be problematic for you if you're OneMove. So I like that Afterlife is trying to pressure the bottom lane. That is the way to go. If BetBoom are on bot, they're not going to be taking any big objectives around the map.
Yeah, but like you said, that's where you want to hunt that Lycan. And the rotation did come through. He was able to get the shapeshift off first, so he gets himself out of that. And I suppose that, you know, it just puts him back in his jungle. It puts him out of vision. So that's not awful, though, I suppose, if you've got the relocate for Seneko. You know, if something kicked off on the other side of the map, you were still going to be able to get in on that. And looking now, we can see the Marcy on the bottom lane. He's just hanging around. Is he going to be trying to look for the Lycan maybe to scout out, to get a relocate in? Or is this just finding an expert? In fact, he's TPing away. So he answers my question for me.
That was the idea, but the Lycan is just never showing himself. You know, he sees Marcy's missing. He knows the relocate can kill him, especially when he doesn't have the shapeshift. So you try to make it work somewhere else if you're the Marcy. Okay,
well, Pantomime even deals with the homing missile here. It looks like the side of BetBoom. If you want to get aggressive towards this tier 2 tower on the top lane, they're moving themselves over to Hack's close, and everybody, and in fact, Lyle's the furthest away. It looks like he's just coming back into the mid lane to maybe push this one out.
Regeneration.
But yeah, on the top, I mean, the wards are down, so they see where the Hack is, they see where Seneko is as well. There's going to be the TP away from Lyle. Do they want to try and make something happen here on the side of OneMove, or is this purely just posturing to protect this tier 2 tower on the top lane?
For sure you want to protect the tower. You are not allowing BetBoom to systematically take away objectives, and now you smoke. Ideally, you don't want to fight on the top lane if you're OneMove, because you lose a fight there, you're going to be losing some ground. So you want to get out of that top lane as soon as possible, and it does go hand in hand with the timing where the Aegis will be expiring. So you're trying to catch BetBoom off guard, but I think if there was ever a time for the Hawk to be on guard, it's right now. Okay, he doesn't really seem like he cares. He's like, yeah, I don't care even if my Aegis expires. You can't kill me. You can't kill me once. No way.
Yeah, and he's got that Satanic queued up, so that's going to add to the survivability coming through for this gyro. He just does get reclaimed, but now it's going to be the 5-man smoke coming through from BetBoom. What are they going to be able to find here? Because Sayush is still in the enemy side of the jungle here. He's going to be able to get the cookie away to the low ground. Force Majeure doesn't have anything to dive to, though. So, well, now he is, but it looks like Sayush, as he got himself away, he does have that TP. He's just going to go on the other side of the tree lines. Are they going to be able to get the dispose off? Oh, close. But again, close only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades.
I really can't deal with all this blood, right? 7 kills in 21 minutes is too much. The panel was mentioning, you know, coming from League of Legends to Dota, stuff like that. You know, imagine you're watching League of Legends and you're like, okay, man, this is super boring. I heard that Dota has 1 billion kills, and then you come over and you see 7 kills 22 minutes in. So BetBoom and the OneMove, they're definitely not doing Dota as a game a favor right now. So this is it might actually become a dead game, as some people have been pointing out.
I mean, there were so many kills in that last game, you know, that maybe that both teams are just like, they've come to an agreement, you know, that they're just going to relax in the second game. They're just chilling out.
No more violence.
Yeah, exactly. Just give him peace a chance. Speaking of, it looks like Melodule, he wants to rotate over. He might be giving Seneko. Yeah, the Dream Coil does come in, but the Hack's going to be close. I think he'll be able to get the damage onto the Io. Io is going to have that tether. There's going to be the cooldown coming through now as well. The damage with that Solar Guardian. Do they have enough to take down Seneko? It looks like the Celestial Hammer is not going to be on the mark, so Seneko is going to be able to run himself away from this one. And to Hack.
Time to bail. Time to bail if you're OneMove. You don't have the Solar Guardian. Suddenly that Black Hole is actually a pretty solid spell, you know. You have to run away. Winter Wyvern is pretty good to stop the aggression, but look at BetBoom. They're coming from various sides, and Pantomime is just caught.
Oh, the silence came through onto the Winter Wyvern though, yeah, and he absolutely no chance of getting away. I think he was maybe trying to look for the curse onto Seneko, but he was just silenced up there, and there was nothing he could do. Now, the Hack, as well as Seneko, going to be able to put the pressure of the Eidolons as well onto this tier 2 tower on the bottom lane, and OneMove, like you say, just can't really step up to stop this.
Yeah, you want to defend the top tier 2? Sure. We're gonna find a way to get the bottom tier 2, and then we're gonna overtake the outpost. This is all of a play from BetBoom. They're trying to get a tier 2 before the second Roche, so that they have the advantage. Ever since the I always keep emphasizing the Dire side has had the Roche advantage, but BetBoom on the Radiant side, ever since the change, you know, the outpost, the bounty runes, the defense of that area has been so big for the Dire side, and we are seeing that in numbers pretty much in every region apart from Southeast Asia and South America. The Dire side has like 60 to 65% win rate. That is a huge chuck on win. That is a big difference for sure. So now BetBoom, they're gonna take it to their side. Now the Radiant side actually does control the Roche completely, and OneMove. If I was them, I'd be farming buybacks, smoking, taking this outpost, and fighting around that Roche like hell. Because if you let it go, this Gyro, he's not gonna die. Satanic is like 1500 gold away. That is when the game ends for you.
Look at this as well. They're going to be able to get the damage on, take down the Sayu. She was just hiding in the trees. Now the Solar Guardian comes in though. Dark, is he going to be able to get himself away from this one? He's dead. 50 seconds to chase is on low. He has to pop that BKB. The buyback comes through from the IO, and it's going to be the relocate hell. But can they do anything about this? They're going to be able to get the stone onto the Puck. Puck, he's going to try and chase out. There's going to be the Solar Bind onto him. Slows down that movement speed, so he just has to go with the orb now as well. But a Midnight Pulse gets dropped. Can they go into Notice? Notice. Just trying to run himself away from this. And yeah, now this opens up. I mean, all of a sudden, 2 heroes dead. Yes, you did lose the you did lose your support in the top part of the map, but just the instant jump there onto Dahak, onto the IO with 2 easy kills, and it's going to open up a tier 2 tower here for OneMove.
Dahak, I think in this game has been overconfident a few times. The one that I have to emphasize was the one when his Aegis was expiring, but this was pretty much the same thing. You come close, the IO is way too close to you, the curse connects, and it sets up for a beautiful Starbreaker. The Dawnbreaker deals so much damage, and they just rip apart the Gyro, and even Soneko buys back there to try and save him, and it doesn't work. So OneMove with this, they've taken down the tier 2 of their own, and they've overtaken the bottom part of the map. Sure, Roche is still gonna be easier for BetBoom to claim because they're controlling that outpost, but that is right now. With the bottom outpost being controlled, that means that OneMove can constantly pressure the tier 2. Thus, BetBoom, they use TPs here, and suddenly OneMove can be the ones that control the top part of the map with just a beeline there with the smoke. So BetBoom, after that move, they're gonna be in a bit of a tougher spot, but yet again, they just walk to the Roche pit and start hitting it, and OneMove just aren't ready. All of those things that I mentioned, not gonna work if BetBoom are just super fast to get into the pit.
Yeah, you can just see how quickly the Gyrocopter's dealing with this now as well. He's going towards that Satanic. He's not going to be too far away from it. What's that, about 1200 gold? And Roche, OneMove, the scan comes out, but they're not going to be able to get here in time. They are going to be able to do a little bit of damage here over onto the tier 3 tower in the bottom lane, but Gyrocopter, he gets the shot, he gets the Aegis. He's 800 gold away now from completing the Satanic as well. So Dahak, like you said, they have trouble killing in the team fights, killing Dahak once. With the Satanic coming up, how are they going to do it twice?
Okay, so why did the Hawk get the Ag Shard? His homing missile dies pretty easily with the little shredder, so that's weird. You know, the Enigma Shard is cool. The Coddle Shard is quite good. I never was gonna assume that Gyro would ever buy it, so why would you even take it from your teammates? I guess he's chasing the net worth. Wants to have the highest average net worth in a series, considering that he was the alchemist in the previous one. It does make sense.
I was going to say, yeah, I've got a very simple explanation as to why he took it. He's the carry, and he deserves it.
Yeah, okay, that might be the way to go. You know, but some other people would say they're the supports. They deserve it. They deserve some love. The 1400 net worth on a Marcy, though. Yesterday we saw how Saksa deals with the Marcy Aghanim shard. Percentage wise, it's much more efficient on her than on anyone else, though. BetBoom, they go for a smoke. Finally, it's time for them to make a move. They feel like the Hawk can die. I just hope Soneko keeps himself far enough away from the Hawk so that he doesn't get caught in the Winter's Curse, because that is the thing that wins the fight for OneMove.
Yeah, and Force Major is going to be leaving the line with this smoke. They're going to be able to find anyone else. Sayushi is pretty close. The Hack's going to be there just to back him up, so he's got someone to rebound off of. And I think he'll be able to go. In fact, the regen rune in the river. Oh, Meljul, it was a trap. It was a trap. The winning rift comes out, though. So we're not going to be taking a trip to Suplex City just yet, as the Rocket Barrage won't connect onto the Puck. The Puck is going to be able to get the dive away.
Did you see what that shard on the gyro did? It fired a billion rocket barrage missiles into the phase shift. Just kidding, you know. And either way, BetBoom, they overtake the triangle. This is pretty big because there are no tier 2s on the mid or on the bottom lane, which means from the triangle you can control 2 lanes with ease. So BetBoom are gonna, or OneMove are gonna be forced to come back to their base very soon. And we can see what's the Eidolons are on the bottom lane. I would actually like to see a shard on the Lycan. Pushing out the waves is a big deal for OneMove in this game in particular, especially if your triangle can get easily taken like that. It's a problem. Oh, BetBoom are making a cool play. They're getting themselves out of the triangle and they leave vision there, so maybe they'll try to catch someone. Yeah, you can see the ward is being pinged, but no one is there in time on the side of BetBoom.
Meljul was able to get himself away. I mean, out of all the heroes, he is the most elusive on the side of OneMove, so maybe not the easiest target to take down, but Dahak's just going to rotate back in, and again, just look for the creeps, just look to take away whatever net worth he can on the side of OneMove. And it's kind of crazy looking at the scoreboard with OneMove being ahead in net worth, ahead in kills, but they're the ones that are kind of just backing themselves away, you know, playing it super safe at the minute. They're going to be able to get the Winter's Curse on the Io. Io, can he get himself away? He's dead. Yeah, he's dead. He's gone. He doesn't have that buyback either, so Dahak has to pick up the gem. The cookie comes out. The Dahak, does he want to pop that BKB? He still has a minute and 40 seconds left on the Aegis back lines. It looks like they might be able to make a dive onto Marcy. Marcy can get himself away from this force. Aegis going to be taken away from this one. Do they want to try and engage more? Afterlife, he's going to see Dahak. Do they want to go down as well? It's going to be the Dream Call, but it doesn't look like it's going to be onto Dahak. It's going to be catch out onto Enigma. They're going to be able to get the Celestial Hammer. The ultimate case is rained down, and Enigma will be taken care of though.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
It's usually when a team loses, you do want to blame the captain. You know, he's the one responsible for his team. But Soneko in this game in particular, that's twice in a row that he gets caught out. There is as an IO, you can keep yourself far enough away, but you know, there's always that one moment where your focus just drops. You're telling them, oh guys, let's take this area, bam, and you're caught. And that's what OneMove have been doing for the majority of this game. Very nicely done by Pantomime. The only thing that he is literally looking at, he's looking at the IO, his eyes all red, blue if you want to look at the Winter Wyvern, but you know, in real life red, like he wants blood, he wants the IO to pop. And now Soneko, he wants revenge.
Yeah, Force, he does get the suplex off, but it looks like, is he going to be able to get the TP away from Afterlife? Afterlife, he gets himself out with 4 heroes around. He still gets out alive.
They know where OneMove is. They went over vision. They are under their own vision, but BetBoom, they know. They're going to find them.
Is that going to be another Winter's Curse coming out onto Soneko now as well? High ground, Pantomime is close. But it looks like he's just going to be backing themselves away. Yeah, Force is actually going to get the blink into the pit, but not finding out Pantomime. Pantomime, he gets silenced up, but he gets the blink onto the high ground. So that silence not going to be doing anything, as he was able to get himself away anyway. Oh, no, he might be able to go in. The Soul Guardian comes down now as well. The heal's coming through from the IO, but they have enough to lock him down. They're going to be able to get the kill, and IO's dead 50 seconds, and once again, the gem on the floor, and Dahak has to pick it up.
Meljul didn't have anything in his inventory to put in the backpack. All of these items very important for him to survive, but ideally he would have liked to get that gem. You could see that he was clicking there for a second, but in the end he just gets himself out and the gem remains on the side of BetBoom. Now the problem is with the lead that OneMove have, they can kill the IO even without the Winter Wyvern, but definitely the positioning of Soneko needs to be a tad bit better in this game. BetBoom, they had really good ideas in this game. Execution was the problem, which is something that we rarely see from them. Usually these kind of lineups, they execute to utter perfection. That's why they crush their opponents. But you know, yeah, the moves were perfect, but just the execution was lacking, and that's why they're in this position right now.
I feel like I put the caster's curse on BetBoom as well, talking about how OneMove were the ones playing safe, and all of a sudden they take 2 good fights. But where can the IO actually go in these fights just to be safe? Because it seems like you say, that he's always going to be targeted down by the Winter's Curse near Dahak. So what can he do to try and, I guess, not counter it, but just make sure that he's not the one that gets caught out?
You see how the Hawk and Soneko are holding hands right now. That's what you need to do. The Hawk also needs to pay attention to where Soneko is. He can't come closer to him. He is He is not faster. They have the same movement speed, obviously, being better than all, but they need to play synced. So the Hawk, when he runs forward, Soneca runs forward. This is, I think, something that you need to call out. I'm going in, I'm going back. I'm going in, I'm going back. It can disrupt the communications of the entire team, but it has to happen because it's so important in this game in particular.
Yeah, and there is going to be a 4-man smoke coming out from the side of OneMove where they're going to be hunting. I mean, they're drawing the battle lines through the jungle. So let's see if this is where they want to go. I mean, it would be into all. You've got the solar. Excuse me. You got the Solar Guardian coming out as well. Noticed is going to TP himself down to the bottom lane, so he's going to be away from this. But are they going to be able to catch anyone? Marcy's in the trees. The smoke's going to break. They're going to be able to get the winning rift off now as well. The damage coming through. This will be a Marcy. Meliul picks that kill up. Easy kill there. But they aren't going to be able to find anyone else because he'd already retreated, already TP'd back.
BetBoom knew about this. As soon as they saw the bottom lane not being pushed by anyone, they got themselves out. The OneMove, this is a really good one. If our smoke doesn't work, we will immediately TP to the outpost and fight. And okay, BetBoom, they do manage to read this one. They didn't have vision, but with the with people just missing from the top lane immediately, you could have made a pretty good guess where they are. Still, with this OneMove, they got a kill. They pushed in all the lanes and they forced BetBoom into the base just before the Roche can spawn. This is gonna force BetBoom to go for a smoke just to control one area, and OneMove is gonna know where that is. It's gonna be around the triangle, around the mid, because the Roche area is what you have to control. So this makes it very easy for OneMove to kind of understand where BetBoom are gonna be in the next 2-3 minutes.
Yeah, and again, the Solar Guardian is up, so this can just be the split push coming through from Smart Knight on the bottom lane. He can carry on putting the pressure onto this bottom tier 3, and then when he needs to, he's even got a Nullifier coming through here. So he is going to be able to, you know, really make life hell for the side of BetBoom.
Yeah, the E-Blade, not gonna do that much. You want to purge off the sidekick from the gyro as well. That is a big thing as well. Imagine a Satanic plus the sidekick. The gyro doesn't have the Ags scepter, so if he gets stunned up, he's really not gonna be healing. But when you look at OneMove, you don't really have big stuns, you know. The Snapfire is gonna blink and stun him. I don't think so. That only happens if the fight is going really well for you.
Okay, well, let's see what they can do, because I mean, they are going to be just both teams posturing again around the Roshan pit, just trying to see if they can get themselves in, get a quick Roche, because the Hack actually steps up. Okay, there is no vision around. It's on the other side of the pit here from the side of OneMove, so they aren't going to see, I don't think, the gyrocopter moving into the pit though.
So yeah, finally the Lycan is gonna be going for a shard. He has the AC, he has the BKB, so he is gonna keep himself alive. The Coddle can't kill him, the Gyro can't kill him. He pretty much survives anything unless he's in a black hole. Plus, of course, he's gonna have the Winter Wyvern behind him. So he has dealt with that. Now it's time to deal with the lanes, and the shard just gives you so much if you're the Lycan. BetBoom, with them being so scared, it's gonna be tough dealing with the lanes when there's also Lycan Wolf pushing in.
Yeah, and so looking at this now as well, the Roshan's going to be up in 27 seconds. You've got to group up. Is this where BetBoom... I mean, it is going to be a long one, so they are going to smoke up. Yeah, they want to get aggressive off. I'm just questioning, have we seen a black hole this game yet?
We have seen a half a second one. I don't know if you remember, it was just before the second Roche, when OneMove was taking down the mid lane tower, Noticed used it for like half a second. We didn't... I don't know if you noticed it, pun intended, but he did use it there and just immediately moved away, you know, so it was a half a second black hole. That's it. That's the only thing that we've seen.
Okay, well, it looks like that both teams know Roshan is up, so again, they are going to be moving around this one, but we're going to see BetBoom coming in with a really good wraparound if they can find a pick, though. That's a big if. Again, the Solar Guardian comes out. You've got the secure from the Winter Wyvern that's going to be able to go with the Winter's Curse onto anyone that gets cut. 2 out of position with the Blink Dagger as well from the Winter Wyvern, so he's going to have a good positioning on that. So let's see here what BetBoom can do coming into this. Could be walking into Afterlife.
Moment.
Oh, they're going to be able to get the silence again onto Marcy, because it was just going to be a really nice kill. Do they get the heals off? Is this going to be enough to sustain onto the Marcy? Multiple kisses are going to start to rain down as well. It looks like the Wraith Pact is out, but it's not going to be enough to keep Force Major alive. And now they're going to be able to go into Snake. Snake can get himself away from this. It looks like he will eventually be able to get away. Does he tick down? No. He's going to be absolutely fine. Back lines noticed, so he's in the trees. He's hoping he doesn't get noticed.
tough one for BetBoom. The thing is, you need to make a move because the lanes will naturally start going your way. With the Lycan getting a shard now, with you playing against the Dawnbreaker, you have to go, and it's not the ideal scenario for you because you know that you're gonna be running into the enemy vision. But OneMove, on the other hand, they just need to be patient while the lanes push in. So I like that BetBoom, they are gonna find another dimension to this one. Let's go towards the enemies, push in the mid lane, push in the bottom lane, and then try to find a fight. And plus, the gods are gonna be on their side. Lord Gaben gives them the DD on the Hawk, and this is something that they can use to just go forward. Makes it even more dangerous for Soneko to stay close to the gyro because he can get two-shotted.
Yeah, and the Wolf is going to see this in the pit. I don't think there's a sentry close to them. They're going to know roughly where Soneko is. Yeah, this scout from the Wolf, they're going to be able to get in. Oh, the Starbreaker comes through. They get the kill. They just absolutely delete, even without the Winter's Curse. That IO has been just popped.
Up goes the balloon, and he does have a buyback, though. And the buybacks are going to be very important here for BetBoom because they understand the importance of this Roche. The Hawk doesn't have it, but he's going to have it in a few seconds.
The Dispose comes through. They're going to be able to get the Dream Call off, though. The BKB fell out, so it's not going to be able to. They're going to be able to take down. Yeah, they take down Dawnbreaker now. Buyback from IO. IO's got that relocate. 7 seconds. The buyback comes through from the Dawnbreaker. Black Hole. It's going to miss once again. They get themselves in. Who's going to be able to get the Aegis? He's going to be the Hack that takes it now as well. And the relocate out just in time, but it does leave Noticed in a bad position. Can they do any more? They're going to be able to get the kill onto the Enigma. Can they chase down onto the Master? The Master's going to be able to get that blink away. But the chase is on. Melduel is not going to be able to connect here with the Waning Rift. And Force Majeure in the trees, who starts to back himself out. Gets the rebound off low.
Okay, so, Rob, we are still having the accumulated time of people stunned by Black Hole being 0. So it still is gonna be that way this time around. Noticed he dropped the ball, but still, that is BetBoom are gonna be happy with that one. They got the gyro out with the Aegis. He's gonna have the AC, it seems like, is gonna be the item of choice. He has the Paladin sword, then being buffed by the sidekick. This guy doesn't die. I think Soneko should just stay away. He should stay away completely from the gyro, especially now during the Aegis, because he's the first one to be targeted every single time. We see the E-Blade from the Keeper of Light just isn't gonna help because the Nullifier is there. Really nice itemization from Smiling Knight, understanding exactly what his job is. If my Winter Wyvern can't do it, or if Pantomime needs to focus a little bit on dealing with the Black Hole right now, well then I'm gonna be the one killing the IO, and he does a perfect job at it.
Yeah, Saish as well. He's got that Aghanim Scepter, so he's going to have the Gobble Up. He's going to be able to spit his allies out where they're going to be needing some great repositioning coming through from that Aghanim Scepter there on the Snapfire. Dawnbreaker, again, just continues to push out this bottom lane. Going to be able to go with Starbreaker, just immediately pushes out. The Creep Wave takes it down, and the Wolf leads the line on towards that Tier 3 tower as well. And even with the Sage just up again, 5 to 17, a 9k net worth lead. It's not a massive lead going the way of OneMove, but they're a little bit more confident now, in taking the fights, in putting the pressure onto BetBoom.
Are they though? When you see the Hawk gyro, you just want to run away from him. Even though you're ahead, you don't feel like you can take a straight up fight and run into the Hawk. You're gonna get demolished. So you always need to find these angles, these weird fights if you're OneMove. That's where the Lycan comes in. That's why I like this hero so much in the pick, is because he can just run around, send the wolves everywhere, kind of give the idea to his team where the enemies are and go in. Though you could see that Smiling Knight got destroyed there by the gyro, so I'm not sure if he's gonna be committing that much into the Wisp any longer.
Oh, speaking about committing to Hack, he's going to be walking up onto a high ground. He's going to be walking into a trap. They're going to be able to go. They get Scatter Blast off on the Gyrocopter as well. Can they do anything about this? They're going to go into the backlines, actually, with that Dream Call. It's going to be the relocate coming through, so Marcy is going to be stunned. Soneko, just on that relocate, going to be right on top of where he needs to get. So they've forced out a couple of, or they've got out a couple of ultimates there on the side of BetBoom. OneMove, they're just going to back themselves when it only really cost them a Dream Coil in the grand scheme of things.
I think OneMove need to wait for the Aegis. And right now you saw that you can't commit for the gyro. I really like that Soneko didn't panic and didn't go for the tether. Understands that way he's gonna lose the fight for his team. The Hawk is more than capable of keeping himself alive, and now he's gonna get the Aghanim Scepter as well. So then he will pretty much be healing up even when stunned. He just needs to get the Satanic off. This is gonna put OneMove in a really, really tough spot when it comes to killing the gyro from 100 to 0. Maybe look for a Hex on the puck, something along those lines, maybe on some other hero to be able to bring him down. Larl is caught.
Yeah, they get the stun off with the gobble up and the spit out there as well. Lol has to pop that BKB, but it looks like the relocate comes in. Did they have the damage to take him down? They're going to be able to get a kill onto the Starfire and the Winter Wyvern. Just straight up deleted there with the relocation coming in from Seneko as well as Dahak. But what can they do off this? I mean, they still have the Aegis now for the next minute and 15 seconds. Is this where BetBoom want to try and force out a fight? Maybe look towards a tier 3 tower?
Yeah, for sure. For sure, you go forward. You want those buybacks if they have any. Of course, they do. We know that, but BetBoom doesn't know that. And this is OneMove just making a big mistake, you know, thinking that you can do a little bit more when you're doing everything nicely, but then just, can we just kill this guy? Why not? And they even missed the spell. The grandmother shot next to Laurel, but I don't think that would have changed much.
Yeah, the wolf being spit out just to try and deal with the Eidolons coming through. Immediately, look at that. The creep wave, it spawns and it's just straight up dead as soon as it comes out. But when missile comes through, it's still going to be the stun onto the Lycan, but that is going to be a lane of racks. Being taken down on Melduel. He did chill with the Waning Rift to clean up the creep wave to make sure that maybe the protection comes through from the range racks, but BetBoom, they don't want to push it to advantage too far. They're going to be happy with taking that melee. They know this lane's going to push it, even with the wolf being spawned on that lane every so often. You know, they're going to be happy with this. They're just going to back themselves away. Gyrocopter with 6.4k gold now as well, going towards that Ags.
So if anyone is wondering what is happening, why is a team that is losing in kills, losing in gold for 40 minutes, just walks up the high ground and kills it? That's the IO Gyro for you. If you're ever thinking why people go for this combo, this is the thing. Gyro just farms too fast with the IO and he becomes unkillable at like 35 to 40 minutes into the game. BetBoom, even with all of the mistakes, their lineup is working perfectly, but now
the Dream Call comes
caught.
out. They've locked down to Hack. Do they have enough damage to take him down? No, that Aegis has been expired. They're going to change targets onto Seneko. Seneko can get himself away from this and chase from the wolf as well as the After Wolf. They're going to be able to do a lot of damage, but the mechanism going to be keeping himself alive for a little bit longer. They do get the kill onto this 107 seconds, 2 minutes before that buyback onside the lane. There is going to be the dive out. No, they need to be careful as well because there is no buyback here onto the Dawnbreaker. So if Dawnbreaker gets caught out, he's going to be killed off, and that's just going to be
are you strong
again.
enough?
He pops that Satanic. They want to carry on going here. They're doing damage to Hack, but he's just regenning up through that Satanic, keeping him alive, and he no trouble. Okay, he does back himself off with the 2 heroes on BetBoom being dead. Doesn't want to be overwhelmed, but yeah, he didn't really have too much trouble keeping himself alive though.
imagine you come to a war and then there's like this shitty helicopter coming at you with an old guy, but it just comes down to it. It's everything to do with the pilot, guys. It doesn't matter if you have the newest machine or whatever. This guy, he knows how to use it and he's just crushing everyone, you know. Doesn't even need new technology at all. Just stands his ground and destroys every single one of them. And now the Aghanim Scepter is coming over as well.
I think that was the plot of the new Top Gun. Yeah, are you trying to rip off Hollywood here? Do we have to worry about DMCAs on this cast here, Harry Freak?
Yeah. I'm sorry, Rob. It's not gonna happen again. No, you know, my answer to your question would be no. But either way, it is really dangerous and the slippery slope for sure. Either way, the Hawk now, I don't know if they can kill him. I literally don't know if they can kill him. He has the Witchbane, so can even purge some of the annoying things from him, I guess. What do you not want? Some slows, some attacks as well. You have the Satanic to remove the silence, but you can remove it with the Witchbane as well. You don't really have to use your Satanic. I don't know how you kill this guy. You always leave him for last, but in the end, OneMove are gonna have to deal with him somehow. I'm still looking at a potential Hex. Is anyone gonna get it? No, they don't care. They're like, just let him do what he wants.
You can see the Winter Wyvern's building into the end desk. Melule needs to get himself away from that as well. Just using that Yules to get himself up in the air. The quick blink comes out now, and looks like it's survivability is the name of the game here for Puck. Meanwhile, Afterlife, do you just need to... I know I asked this earlier on, early on, about 15 minutes in, but is this where OneMove, do they need to pull this Gyrocopter up to the top side of the map and let Afterlife put the pressure onto the bottom side of the map, or even maybe the Smiling Knight with the Solar Guardian that can come in and react to this, or is it just BetBoom overwhelming OneMove here?
I don't think that both of the teams can fight, and I think it's much easier for OneMove to fight because they can do this. Black hole?
The BKB was there this time for the Enigma, so it is going to be the Solar Guardian into that black hole, but it is going to be able to do the damage. Notice gets that second black hole off. There's going to be a really good Winter's Curse, but it looks like it might not be enough. Is it going to be enough to keep Nurse's alive? It's not going to be enough, and now they're going to be able to get off a really good Starbreaker. The damage coming through on Force Majority is just absolutely deleted. The change targets are going to go into the hack with Seneko. The back is going to be able to keep him alive. Seneko, one more right click. They're going to be able to take him down. Yes, this? Maybe? No, Sneko, he's still going, but that's going to be the little shredder taking him down. The buyback comes through from Marcy now as well. They do get that nullifier onto Dahak. Dahak going to get himself away from this. The buyback's coming through from absolutely everybody here.
Fight me, bro. Literally fight me, bro, coming out from the Hawk. Okay, so anyone has something bad to say about the Enigma black holes? Those are pretty good ones, and also the Lincoln Sphere put on the Enigma made the Winter Wyvern, you know, just think twice. In the end, he did use the Winter's Curse on the gyro, but overall it doesn't do much. The Hawk can survive through anything that his teammates, his enemies, it doesn't matter who is hitting him. He's just gonna survive through everything. This is the true Chad that stands his ground. The problem is he doesn't have enough damage for the enemies to be afraid to go onto his teammates. Okay, OneMove, they're going for Roche. There are no black holes, so this could be a good one. Someone needs to deal with the bottom lane as well.
Smart out, yeah, that lane is going to be pushing. Dahak tries to get himself inside the pit here. It is going to be the refresher shot as well as the Aghanims being dropped by Roche, so both teams want to highly contest this. As that bottom lane does get pushed in, Smile Knight's going to be the one into the pit. The Scallop Blast comes through onto Jarokov. The Jarokov has that BKB. It's going to be coming up now. The Chizo, it gets taken. They have the Aegis onto the Dawnbreaker. That's going to be really nice for him because it means if he gets taken down, you know, not one but maybe two lives with this buyback. And again, they've just pulled BetBoom out of this, the bottom lane, and though the Wolves, they're doing damage to that tier 3 tower down to 150 health. The creep wave still pushing in. There is going to be the blast coming through from low, but it's kind of not too little too late, but there is a lot of damage done to this tier 3 tower in the bottom lane.
Yep, it is. And I think, Rob, it's time. It's time you get the Aghanim's Blessing and get the Rapier. The thing is that OneMove, they can kill all of the Hawk's teammates before he has enough damage to kill them. So you want to get to a point where you can just crush them. You can see that he is queuing up the Rapier right now. His Aghanim's Blessing is there, so he knows what's up. If you die on the gyro, you really don't want to be buying back because all of your teammates are already going to be dead. So I think you just buy out right now. There is no reason to save anything. Where they didn't give the Aegis to the Puck, though. OneMove, the Puck did buy back for that fight, and he's the one that needs to continue living in these fights to be the annoying nuisance he has been for the majority of the game.
Yeah, I think it was a little bit of panic in the pit. You know, you just, and that's not the first time I've said that, going to a few concerts in my time, but yeah, it was just a little bit of panic that they just wanted to make sure they got everything they could out of that. So it's just grab what you can and leave on the side of OneMove.
Get themselves out. In the end, they snatched the Aegis. So the one that got the Roche actually was the Hawk while being stunned and with the side gunner. This is something that tends to happen. You saw all of those, the cheese, all of the things from Roche were actually outside of the pit. Roche dying outside of his cave. That's how afraid he was of the of BetBoom and OneMove. Both the Dawnbreaker and this gyro deal too much damage, and Roche being afraid of you just speaks volumes to how powerful you actually are. 20,000 gold lead for OneMove, and they are still not overtaking this game. Sure, in 50 minutes into the game, it's not that much, but the Hawk has been topping the network chart from start, and probably gonna be doing that until the finish.
Yeah, and so we can see that the Lycan's got this refresher shot. Is that what you want to be keeping that, or is he just holding that maybe? Oh, they might even be able to get the kill to pause it. They're going to be able to get the lockdown onto Dawnbreaker now as well. He's showing that he needed that Aegis. Getting caught out of position, the cooldown will be there. Does he immediately pop that BKB? Going to be caught in the black hole as well. It's going to be the drag back. It's going to be the death. He does have that buyback if he needs it.
OneMove should back. They need to back.
It looks like they're going to try and chase, but oh, the back lines are going to get the Dream Call off onto the Enigma as well, but I think they're going to be able to do enough damage as well. Afterlife, another Winter's Curse does come through, and it looks like the Solar Guardian comes. They're going to try and take down onto Notice, because this is Smiling Knight. He needs to get himself out of this. He doesn't want to die back. They're going to be able to get the kill onto the Gyrocopter now as well. It looks like they're not going to be able to. Marcy once again goes down. The Snapfire is going to be there as well, but Smiling Knight, he just has to go for that BKB. There's going to be relocating now as well. Look at how much damage Smiling Knight is taking now, and that's going to be a dieback on the Dawnbreaker, and I think this is just going to be BetBoom moving down the mid lane, looking to put the pressure onto that last set of that last rack in the mid lane, and maybe get something concrete out of this game.
Maybe throne. This could be throne territory. Those were two Winter's Curses. The thing that could have won OneMove that fight. But I think as soon as you lost the Aegis and the Dawnbreaker the second time, buying back there is way too dangerous. This game is still in your control. You can find ways to push in all of the waves, to find the fight that you're looking for, get some Raxes, push back on BetBoom. But the OneMove, they commit onto that fight. Even if they win, you know, there's still some... Actually, they would have won the game there. So maybe a worthwhile try, but still too risky to lose this game right now. The Hawk is gonna be going for the throne.
Under attack.
Yeah, and you can see Spy's back. They're going to try and do everything they can to stop this. But Gyrocopter just wants to go tier 4s. He's got the backing of pretty much the entire team. Backlines. Suneko, there is going to be the Dream Call coming out. He doesn't care. He's not going to move from this. There is going to be the Afterlife being thrown and gobbled up as well. Dude, the Hack's going to get really done. Nah, he pops that Satanic. He gets all of his life back. The Hack with that BKB. It was close, but he was says that's 100% calculated there. Just continues on to the tier 4 towers. The fortification will be used. It looks like Lol helps to push him now as well. Suneko. So there isn't going to be a relocate. That's Satanic's down for the next couple of seconds as well. Do they have the damage to take him down? Once again, Tahak, he's going to be inside of this. He's looking for anybody to right-click up. He just goes right back towards the Ancient, and look at how quickly this is going down. He might go down. No, after all, he pops a blade mill. It's going to be the Stones. They take him down. He's dead. The Rapier's on the deck. Who's going to be able to pick this one up? But it's still going to be the Ancient being his Mercy. Just going to try and go for the Unleash. He's going to get himself around here, and it's going to be the chase on Snake once again. The buybacks come through from absolutely everybody. The Winston gets thrown. Force Majority is going to be able to get the rebound off. He's going to be able to get the dispose again. Once again, that suplex comes out to Dream Call. Is it enough now? The Enigma, and it's going to be the damage coming through onto the Enigma, but it's the Ancient. It's still going down. Low, he's doing whatever he can. He can't stop the right clicks. The Yule Scepter comes out. It's one right click away. It's just going to be the Wind Waker to secure that game, and BB take it into.
Oh man, that Snapfire with the Rapier in the end, just shooting everyone in the face, still just wasn't enough. You know, you're not gonna be able to stop your throne. One move, you're gonna have to feel bad after this game. You're winning for the entirety of it. Usually when you see a graph like that, it means that you are getting a clean win. Even at the end there, the dip goes towards them. Like, yeah, that's where we won. That's where we killed them. They bought back and we won. No, that's not. That's actually where BetBoom took down your throne. This is a really cool game, and you know, BetBoom, they did prove that they're the better team. They got the same draft you played. They allowed you to lead for the entirety of the game, and they still won. Okay, so OneMove, you really don't have a say in that. BetBoom today proving that they're just a tad bit better than OneMove.
Yeah, and you could see that they didn't even need the Black Hole to be superior. There was a couple of them at the end, a couple of good ones, but they didn't use it until about 50 minutes in before that Black Hole was effective. Any closing thoughts on that last game? Was there anything OneMove could have done to drag that back in the favor, or BetBoom, were they just destined to take game number 2?
They weren't destined. OneMove, when they got stronger in terms of net worth, they were constantly trying to fight. Whereas I think they could have found alternatives to force rotations from BetBoom and make them make more mistakes, as they did at some parts of the game with Suneko being too close to the Hawk. So OneMove, they had so much time to think about it. How are we going to push in the lanes? How are we going to catch people? Get some aggressive wards. Try to catch heroes other than the Hawk and leave him for last, because you can outmaneuver him so much. But they went all in. You don't have to do it, but on one hand, you understand that when you're fighting with the Aegis, you kind of want to be all in with having all of those spells. Just not a position for them to fight. But still, very, very solid attempt and solid performance from them today.
OneMove, but the panel will still want the say. They're going to want to break this down with that exciting end to the game. So thanks for tuning in, guys, and we'll see you after the break with the panel to break down game number 2.
An absolutely insane finish to that game at number 2 for BetBoom. Honestly, that was insane, right? The Rapier getting dropped by Gyro there, Snapfire picking it up, but Coddle just still going for the throne there, and the Ancient eventually falling.
Dude, that's so funny.
He like style pointed in there. Like
Yeah,
he didn't have to Wind Waker to the other side of the throne, but like he did it, and it looked really cool.
It did. There was a lot going on in this game, though, that can't be overshadowed by that ending of it. I don't know where you guys want to start. I feel like the laning stage might be a little bit too far back, so I'll just ask a general question of how this gyro ended up working for BetBoom when it couldn't work for OneMove in game 1.
Okay, well, comparing the two games is a big ask, but
I know it is.
At least in game 2, he was just seemingly unkillable after a certain point. We just saw the clip of like his one death, which I thought was great, because they start with the Wyvernal onto the IO, instantly take him out of the equation. The follow-up stun with the Dawnal, like that's just a combo everyone's been sort of running. And then he's isolated, he dies. Like that's how they play it. But it seems like they never really got the opportunity or chance to do that again. A lot of their fights just came down to them killing supports over and over again and never actually getting to take down the gyro.
Yet OneMove did have the gold advantage for so much of this game, but it could never really be transitioned into an actual advantage, feel?
I mean, I don't want to interrupt you or anything right now, but I'm about to
gosh.
witness a legendary play here from the Caudle. Look at this.
You just wanna
He's
watch
right-clicking
him
the
win again.
throne down.
Look at him go.
Caudle's right-clicking it down. Here it goes, play by play.
Yeah.
And then Throne's about to die. He styles on him. Wind Waker's to the other side for the last hit. Boom. That right there was the play of the game for sure.
For real.
You reckon? Nothing
So
tops
I
that.
totally forgot what you asked me.
You know, it wasn't important. Just say whatever you want.
Yeah, sure. Well, this game was just the gyro show, honestly. The Hawk played out of his mind. Like, they were so far behind in every single team fight, but they couldn't fight into those gyro for like the entirety of the game. They were able to. They had Lycan and Puck, so they kept picking off the back lines. Like, this poor Io just kept getting targeted over and over again. Either he got cursed or the wolves got sent on him and he died. And then same with both supports. Enigma had a rough game too. Normally you'd expect to see like some huge black holes for like some late game team fight. Didn't really see much of it. It was mainly just the Hawk killing everyone and his team just kind of running away from the Puck and Lycan.
His team was there.
Yeah,
I
they
remember
were
seeing
there.
the Caudle Wind Waker protect his gyro once.
I mean, I didn't say the Caudle was having a hard time. It was
I'm just
it was
saying.
mainly
He was
just
there.
the Hawk Caudle was there.
Yeah.
Everyone was in this game. They
were
weren't
there.
they weren't
Yeah.
AFK, but they wouldn't have won this game without the gyro playing as well as he did and getting as farmed as he did.
The question I did ask was that even though OneMove had the gold advantage, why did it feel like they couldn't actually transition it into a real advantage in the game?
Because they couldn't fight into the gyro, and the gyro kept getting every single Roshan. So like they did a good job like just going for the backlines, right? And then killing the IO, killing the Marcy, making sure Enigma couldn't get a black hole off. I think Enigma ended up missing a few black holes this game because he's very stressed out about like who can even hit in this game with the Puck being on top of him, the Lycan Wolves. So mainly it was just the Roshans, and they just couldn't find like the Roche fights.
Why do you think that was such a big issue for them, Sheep, on the side of OneMove?
I think one time they got it right. Like they
They did get the Aegis.
Yeah, they get the Aegis a lot, but like there was the time when they got the player I mentioned earlier where he got the IO got Wyvern ulted, then the gyro died afterwards. They literally respawned and just went to Roche, and like I'm guessing they just took advantage here of cooldowns, like playing smart to get them. Other times enemies just not near the pit, just walk on in. I don't think they should have gotten as many as they did. It was actually kind of criminal. They just literally just got one after another after another.
Yeah.
Like if you're ahead, especially with the net worth lead and just like dominance you have, like this shouldn't be happening. So that's probably like their biggest weakness to like look at this game for sure to improve on. Yeah, that just shouldn't have happened.
It just shouldn't happen.
They were definitely strong enough to like contest at least the first Aegis for sure, because they needed it because they were snowballing. They have the Lycan, like this is what they want to do with their game plan.
Yeah. Well, it is time that we do get a winner's interview. We're going to be having Force Major joining us so we can ask him some questions. Force Major, I have to ask the big question. Why did you guys end up taking the IO, Gyro, and Enigma in Game 2 for your draft?
I don't know actually. Draft's not my work in this team, and Mac and Soneika just picking Wisp, and then after Wyvern they talk like, oh, Gyro is good, let's go, and that's all.
Okay, I mean, it definitely did pay off for you guys. The ending of Game 2 there, though, was absolutely insane. What was the communications like on the team?
Yeah, second game was super crazy. Like communicating with like we're just yelling about Tron in last fight. I don't know. Everyone speaks end this game, go, and we like winning is good actually.
It normally is, yeah. It normally is good.
Alright, so my question for you is both games Dawnbreaker was first pick, and both games each team chose Enigma to counter the Dawnbreaker. I was curious on why you think that Enigma is good versus the Dawnbreaker.
Actually, if Enigma have good game and slots, that Dawnbreaker use ulti, and you can use black hole into this ulti, you know, and that's fine. It's good. That's all.
Yeah, I mean, Fear just stole
I
my
can-
question in cold blood.
I can ask the question for you
I
if you
sat
want.
on this couch. I was like, "This is my question. I'm gonna ask."
It was a long
Don't
game, I
take it.
forgot.
And Fear just stole it from me.
Sorry, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, that's okay.
So, Okay, well, talking about communication, when in the second game, when you guys are like kind of behind and everything is all on this gyro, how do you play as a team like around him? Like, what is like, how do you guys talk to each other and like plan to play?
The hack told us like stay behind him, Wisp and me, just staying behind. My job is like find Wyvern and poke somebody. Enigma just staying in like I don't know, in full behind, and Kotal poking them. That's all. That's how we need to play this game.
That's great insight, actually. Thank you.
One question before you do go: what do you feel that there's a hero that is really underrated at the moment, and you would like to see played more in pro games?
Can you repeat what hero?
Underrated, so a hero that's actually really good that no one's playing.
Underrated. You're talking about Downbreaker or what?
Or just any hero this patch that is really good, but you're not seeing it played.
Okay, I get it. Let me think. Maybe Riki?
Oh, really?
Yeah, Riki and Spirit Breaker. Yeah, that's
Okay.
maybe.
Well, I look forward to potentially you guys picking it out on BetBoom. But Force Major, thank you so much for the interview. Congratulations again on the win.
Thank you guys.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
Bye.
See ya.
Bye. I'll never
Bro.
forget you. Forgive you. I'll never forgive you, bro.
I felt so bad for laughing, but
It was a long game. I actually I did it on purpose
We were
because I wanted her to grow
we were-
as an
oh, yeah.
analyst and learn how to think on her feet.
And
You
I
did great.
think my question was fantastic. Got
I
more
thought it was good.
great insight.
A lot of insight. We were sitting on that couch, and she was like, "This is exactly what I'm going to ask." Fear walks in here.
The thing is,
exact question he
it
ends up
shows how
asking.
much I listen to her sometimes.
You know what?
We'll move this along. Don't worry, we're going to have a look at Division 1 standing, so you can come on back in here. It is Team Spirit out there, like we mentioned earlier. They did get that series win today against Rune Eaters, puts them out on top. Followed by Na'Vi. BetBoom also picking up another win, ties them with Na'Vi. Then it's Outsiders, OneMove, Rune Eaters, Mind Games, and Paripani. Down there on the bottom of the ladder. You guys impressed with just how competitive that top bit is looking? No.
No.
Okay.
Like I said earlier, I'm fairly sure Team Spirit's going to be number 1. Navi's going to be number 2. That's rough.
So I just dropped my in-ear.
And then anything that happens afterwards is in the way. And he predicted 100% perfectly the exact standings for Div.
I mean, it really come down to me is can Outsiders beat BetBoom? That'll be the one where I might potentially be wrong, but we'll see. Hopefully not.
I'm just going to assume that I'm going to close out this show because I actually can't hear production now. So that's going to be the final day of Eastern Europe. That's closing week 3 of the DPC. We are going to be back in a couple days in the studio with some Southeast Asia action. But until then, enjoy your weekend.